There's those 3 kids are out on that boat. They're stuck on the bank on the other end out in the open. That's the hill. Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back. So I'm out here in Iowa, and I'm headed out to check out like a historical marker that I found. I don't think it's a state marker by any means. And then we're going to try to find ourselves a campsite for tonight. I've got a few different places marked. I'm not really sure where I'm going to stay yet though, because we've got some thunderstorms on the way tonight. They could potentially be severe. I don't know if I'm going to be in the area of them. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll see how that turns out. It's once again very windy, and which is kind of a bummer, but it's warm. It's 70 degrees, but the temperature is supposed to drop rapidly tonight. Not exactly sure on the low. I'll have to look at that when I get to camp, but overall it could be pretty interesting. Maybe we'll get a good storm video in. They're saying there potentially could be some big hail in this storm also. I'm sipping on an old Jones soda. I've got some strawberry and lime soda here, and I haven't had a Jones soda in a while. Ooh, big hill, big power, all the Hearst powers and rough roads we could possibly want. Wow. All right. You know, I completely forgot about these Jones soda, that you can send them a picture and you can potentially get your picture on the front of the bottle. They use all like just random people's photos for them, so you can like tag it or send them. I should try to do that sometime, but otherwise, y'all, I've got about an hour to go to get to this historical marker, and then I guess we'll see where we're gonna go from there. So stay tuned, guys. We'll see how this one turns out. We've got some good spicy food to cook up tonight, and we've got the potential for some storm. So should be a good one. Stay tuned. Well, y'all, I've made it to the spot, and I am at the Jesse James historical site, and this is the site of the first train robbery in the West committed by the notorious Jesse James and his gang of outlaws on July 21st, 1873. And they've got this train wheel set up here and a section of track. So I guess at one point in time, there must have been a section of track that ran along this, and it's just right here off the side of the highway. It's pretty cool that they've got that set up here. I was hoping for a little bit more history, but let's see. So you can barely see that down there, but I'll read this to you. So it says, the Great Train Robbery. Jesse James and his notorious gang of outlaws staged the world's first robbery of a moving train the evening of July 21st, 1873, a mile and a half west of Adair, Iowa. Man, it's windy out here. Early in July, the gang had learned that $75,000 in gold from the Cheyenne region was to come through Adair on a recently built main line of the Chicago, Rock Island, and Pacific Railroad. Jesse sent his brother Frank James and Cole Younger to Omaha to learn when the gold shipment was to reach there. Jesse, Jim, and Tom Younger, Clell Miller, and Bill Caldwell remained camped in the hills of the Adair area. Finally, Frank James and Cole Younger got their tip that the gold shipment was on its way east, and they brought the report to Jesse, who had made plans for the train robbery. The afternoon of the robbery, the bandits called at the section house and obtained some pies and other fruit from Mrs. Robert Grant, wife of the section foreman. In the meantime, the bandits broke into a handcar house, stole a spike bar and banner with which they pried off the fish plate connecting two rails and pulled out the spikes. This was on a curve of the railroad track west of Adair near Turkey Creek Bridge and Old US number 6 Highway, now County Road G30. A rope was tied to the west of the disconnected north rail. The rope was passed under the south rail and led to a hole they had cut in the bank to which to hide. When the train came along, the rail was jerked out of place and the engine plunged into the ditch and toppled over on its side, while they actually derailed the whole train. Engineer John Rafferty of Des Moines was killed. The fireman Dennis Foley died of his injuries and several passengers were injured. Two members of the gang, believed to have been Jesse and Frank James, climbed into the express car and forced John Burgess, the only guard, to open the safe. In it, they found only $2,000 in currency. The gold shipment had been delayed, and they collected only about $3,000, including the currency and loot taken from the passengers. The world's first robbery of a moving train. Levi Clay, employed by the railroad in Adair, which was not quite a year old, walked to Casey where the alarm was sent by the telegrapher to Des Moines and Omaha, and soon the news spread all over the nation that a train loaded with armed men left Council Bluffs for Adair and dropped small detachments along the way on saddled horses. The trail of outlaws was traced into Missouri, where they split up and were sheltered by friends. Later, the governor of Missouri offered a $10,000 reward for the capture of Jesse James, dead or alive. On April 3rd, 1882, the reward reportedly proved too tempting for Bob Ford, a new member of the Jesse James gang, and he shot and killed Jesse in the James home in St. Joseph, Missouri. A locomotive wheel which bears a plaque with the inscription, "Site of the first train robbery in the West, committed by notorious Jesse James and his gang of outlaws July 21st, 1873, was erected by the Rock Island Railroad in 1954. Many tourists stop to see this marker and take photographs." That's cool. That's a wild story, that this is where the first moving train robbery happened. And you can see that there is a curve behind me, and if you guys can hear me, there's a curve on the highway over here. So at some point the rails must have ran along here, and this is where they did it. That's pretty wild. It's also very cool. Some cool history of the spot. So you never know what you're gonna find. I took a look when I was down in Missouri. I drove past where I believe his graveyard is, his gravesite. So maybe one of these days we'll get back down there. But yeah, I'm gonna get a couple shots and then we'll get back into the truck and we'll see if we can find ourselves a campsite. Stay tuned, y'all. Turkeys on the road. There's one right there too. Get out of here, turkey.
Take the next right. In half a mile, you will arrive at your destination.
Oh y'all, I made it to camp. It's incredibly windy and there's like really no level spots to park. I'm probably gonna have to move the truck around. I don't really know how I'm gonna park here. I might have to break out my traction boards and use them as levelers or something under the tires. There's a lake out here we'll take a look at, and there's a building down there. The windows are broken out of it. We'll have to go check that out too. But I gotta figure out this parking situation and try to get the truck somewhat level. I truly don't understand this. I don't understand this campground. Let me show you. So you've got some fire pits here, as you can see, and fire pits going up along that way. Yeah, you can see how that's level. My truck is at a camera's level there. And then you can see the posts here for plug-ins, and they're numbered on the other side. But then there's like this road here that comes through. I'm really not sure how you're supposed to park a camper in here. Unless you back, like, because how do you back it up this thing? I don't know. But there's somebody driving in. I gotta figure out what I'm doing and get this thing leveled. Well, that's slightly better. It definitely ain't great, but it's really about as good as I'm gonna get, I think. We'll get the truck shut off, but it's getting dark over there. Probably like 2 hours away from me, there's been a tornado spotted, and I can't barely get radar on my phone, so I don't know, I'm gonna try again. Rolling the window up. Yeah, it's about as good as I'm gonna get. I kind of wanted to stay near the shelter if it started raining so I could stand around in there, but man. Yeah guys, first time I've used those rough country traction boards, and I'm using them as leveling blocks. And it's just whipping out here. Like, should probably be farther away from these trees with how they're moving. But why don't we wander down there and check out that building? Homeboy's got himself a nice rig. It's got a cam in it. And we've got the lake here. I'd like to come back and fish this. There's a boat ramp that he put his boat down in. And here we've got a building, but it says camping prohibited. And it looks pretty tore up. Oh yeah. There's holes in the paneling, but you've got a sink there. It's dark in here, guys, I know. Sorry. There we go, it's adjusting a little bit. It is completely torn up. The ceiling panels have fallen down. There is a fireplace over here. That's a bit torn up. Got an old chair. What is that? A toaster? Yep, there's an old toaster. Westinghouse. No cord on that. Some chairs just chilling. Busted tables. I mean, that table's still standing. It's got a couple holes in it. Everything has just been torn out of here. The way the dirt is, it looks like it may have flooded at one point. Stepping on breakable things, but that's pretty neat, guys. I'm gonna have to take a couple pictures of this. And that's not a bad shot either, even though it's not my rig. Yeah. Just surprised those electrical cords are still in there. Honestly. Oh, there's some sort of box here. There's a breaker box right there. You can see that. Yeah. The stories this place would tell. Hell, there's another table. Folding table. It's still got legs on it. Well, that's completely tore up. It's still neat though. They've tried to keep it closed. That lock's not doing a whole lot. Look at that old doorknob on there. And it's looking a little stormy up there. Lake's nice though. I do want to come back here and try to fish this. Ooh, what is that? What was that? Is that something for like a washing machine? What does this say? Shell Oil Company, type DX, serial number 177064. What would that be for? Was there gas here at some point? Ooh, there was lightning over there. It's raining over there. Fire pit down here. Got the lake out here. There is another campsite over there, but you can't drive to that one. There's a hole in the bottom of the fireplace. Anything interesting in there, guys? I can't see in there. That's weird looking. What is that? Propeller or something. What is that? Just shoved down in there. Oop. The ramp's a little rough. And the dock's probably a little rough. Water clarity is not great, not terrible. There's another fire pit right there. And the lake goes around off that direction. But I think you guys can tell that that's a band of rain right there. And there's a couple more there. It's pretty cool looking clouds. And the wind is just howling. Well, there's probably not going to be much going on outside tonight because of the wind. When we go look at this other campsite, might as well, right? Yeah, my truck is so crooked, so not level. I don't understand how you're supposed to park here. I really don't. I wonder if there's more campsites down even farther. Primitive stuff. And there's a trail that goes that way. Got a fire pit that has not been cleaned out in a very long time. Nice spot right on the water. There's a safe right there. Can you see that? I'd bet money that's a safe. You can see the door hanging off the side of it. I don't know, it could be a cooler. Looks like a safe to me. That's kind of funny. But I can see a couple feet down. I know you guys probably can't. I don't see anything else down that way, but the trail does go down. But we'll head back up to my really not level truck. Maybe rethink our choices here. on how we're gonna park that thing. There's really no, if I turn sideways, it's gonna be crooked the other direction. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. Well, the sun is really setting right now. It's sprinkling a little bit. There was some lightning. I'm feeling a little weary about all these trees, but like, where do I park here? Those kids that are like, I think it was 3 young kids in that truck. I didn't see them very well. I wasn't, that was flashy. Look at those clouds. Let's go down by the lake while we still can. But their boat only has a trolling motor on it. I don't know if they're gonna be able to get back to the dock. They're way down there at the other end of the lake. I can't see them. They might be in for a bad time. Yeah, it's starting to rain. I don't feel like this is the real storm, but sun's going down like right there. It's the dam. Ooh, there's the wind. You've got this here. It's kind of light over there. And the truck. And we're gonna definitely have to cook inside. Ooh, did I catch that lightning? Which kind of sucks. I bought a bigger tote for all my food crate stuff. I bought a bigger food crate, or not food crate, cooking crate that all my cooking stuff goes inside of. Still has the yellow lid. It's just a slightly bigger one. And I gotta use the frying pan, and I really wanted to use the fire pit, but it's not gonna happen tonight. So I have to cook inside one way or the other. Let me level the camera out. There, camera's level. Look at that truck leaning. I'm gonna pass out in there because my feet are gonna fill with blood. It's a beautiful view though. Little square body in the picture. Ain't mad about that at all. Yeah, lightning, some random rain. Well, holy sh! There was a huge flash of lightning over there. Wow. I don't see those kids on the boat. There's the thunder. It's still pretty far away. Hell, there's more lightning. So I think on my, there's more thunder. I think on my list of things to get is some sort of leveling blocks. Honestly, I might just use some pieces of wood. Man, that's a cool view right there. It's way more yellow here than what this camera is showing. Ooh, there was some lightning. Well, I'm just gonna set the camera back up. See what happens. You guys hear the wind? Holy crap. It's raining pretty good. Oh, I gotta keep this camera back farther, but holy, the rain's coming in sideways. Oh, I might need to take this camera inside. I might need to go inside because I'm not gonna be dry. All right, we're going inside. That's got to be hail. There's those 3 kids are out on that boat. They're stuck on the bank on the other end out in the open. And that's hail. That is some hail. Get 2 camera angles going. Can. I gotta grab one, I can grab one and get out of here. This camera never stays up. Holy shit. I'm not even supposed to get the worst of it for another hour. That is the hail going. Got hail incoming. Turn the light off in here. Wild how bright it looks on that camera. Well, I guess you are seeing a pretty bright horizon out there. But it's just dumping out there. And lightning like crazy. I'm turning these lights off too. Try to open windows as far as possible. Junk up here. Y'all, I feel bad for those people in that boat. I don't know. Maybe they got some secret hideout, but they had to know what was coming. All they have on that thing is a trolling motor. And with the wind blowing like it is, like I highly doubt they're going to be able to push that thing back. It's storming pretty good out there. Holy buckets. Holy buckets. And it's so bright out the back there. I don't think you guys will be able to see anything if I turn the light on in here. Nope. A little bit out the back, but not the lightning. Yeah, look at that. Well, it's funny how different the lights are, just for perspective. Yeah. Pretty crazy storm. Oh, that was me. I must have pushed the button. Yep. Dummy. Huh. Holy shit. I'm a little leery about this tree I'm parked right next to, y'all. I need to get something propped into this window. Well, it's kind of calmed down a little bit. The lightning's still going crazy. The wind has calmed down. And those people are still out on the boat. And the street lights that are out here just turned off. I wonder if the power went out somewhere. Oh, nope, just turned back on. They flickered. And that lightning is crazy, holy shit. I just saw one hit the ground over there. Dang. Cover that red light up. It's just going wild out there. Holy. All right. I thought I heard somebody hollering out there. Could have been a bird though. What was that? I might ditch the boat and walk the bank back. Probably. I don't know what I'd do. But I don't know if they're in the truck or not. I don't see the boat. I can't tell if I'm hearing them or not. can't see him. I don't see the boat down there. Well, I can hear people. Or it's the skinwalkers. I think they're behind me. Yeah. Unless they ran past me to the bathroom and I'm tripping. They're not in the shelter. I don't know. I'll get back to you if I find them. Well, there's some people out there. Getting in the truck. Yeah, I don't know where the boat's at. I don't think they're going to be able to load that thing up tonight. Well, they've made it back. Yeah, they don't have their boat. Well, I wonder what happened to them. Huh? I don't know if they just tied it up because they wouldn't be able to load it right now. Who knows, but at least they got back to their truck. I don't know where they came from. Looks like they came from the other direction, but yeah, it's just storming like crazy out there. Well, y'all, the rain has stopped. It's still crazy lightning over there. Dang red light. Focus camera. Doesn't like focus. So it's still lightning like crazy. But the rain has stopped, so let's pop this thing open. And for now, I'm gonna give it a little bit of time, but if the wind stays calm, we'll go light a fire. I don't know. Yeah, it's still lightning out there. Still a lot of lightning, especially off that direction. Yeah. But other than lighting, it's really calm. Make sure I'm not dripping too much water onto my sleeping bag. What's it like over there? Yeah. Still quite a bit of lightning, but you can't even really hear it. I think we'll let this. Ow! Ouch! Well, I think we'll let this settle, I guess. See what it's gonna do. See what it decides to do, and maybe we'll hop outside and cook. I'm game for that. I'd rather cook outside tonight. Alright, so we're going to try one of these fire starters that was sent in. Maybe we'll use a couple of them. I don't really have anything else to throw in there. That was bright and right above me. So they're, man, I know the light's bad. Will this help at all? Here we go, a little bit. They're like ketchup cups full of wax and sawdust, it looks like. So try that. I did not get any butane to fill the lighter up that was sent in also, but use one to light the other. Look like they work pretty good. Everything out here is wet now. There might be small enough pieces in here to start. Well, the wind came back with a vengeance. I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah. Not sure that's gonna work out. I shut the lights off in the thing, and all of a sudden, we're back to where we were pre-storm. Well, the wind is still howling out there. Fire has died down, and it's time to try to cook some dinner back here. We're gonna do something a little bit different, something I have never tried to cook before. And let's go ahead and get this turned around a little bit so we can start getting some of our stuff out here. So I mentioned it earlier, I don't know if it's going to be in the video or not, but I bought a larger tote for my food stuff because my cast iron pan no longer fit inside of it without like bending the lid all the way out. So I've got some extra paper towels in here, but got some of our food stuff for tonight. And as you guys may be able to see, I now have two plastic totes in here, and there is my cast iron pan off to the side. So underneath these two totes is my grill, and I need to get set up, and we are going to get some hamburger browned so we can make some super spicy Crunchwrap Supremes with these Pocky chips that were sent in to the P.O. box, and I opened these on the last live stream, and it was suggested to make Crunchwraps, so that's what we're gonna get into tonight. All right, so we've got our Pocky chips, we've got some shredded lettuce, we have some red peppers, green peppers, and yellow peppers in here that we're gonna chop up and put in there. I've got a bit of ground beef here in this bag, and we have sour cream. We've got some jalapeno and habanero jack cheese. I used this in a previous episode. And then I did bring some hot sauce. I don't know if we're gonna need this hot sauce to go along with this, but we shall see. And I've been sipping on some Coors Lights tonight. Nothing fancy this evening. No fancy beers tonight. And in here we have some taco seasoning, which we'll need. And we've got some gigantic tortillas here from Mission. These are extra grande burrito tortillas. So that's heating up good. We're just gonna dump this meat right into there and try our best not to touch this too much. Didn't even get it on my fingers. Browning up pretty quickly. So the seasoning's a little weird, I guess. So the seasoning says that I need to stir in water with this, but I think instead of doing any of that, I'm just gonna dump it on there now and cook the meat with the seasoning on there, mix it up together that way, and then drain it out the back window probably without spilling too much of it. I don't know, we'll figure out how that works. I'm not going to use all of this, but definitely get a bit of seasoning on there. That's probably good. Well, this is pretty lean beef. I don't know if it's even going to need to be drained. I think I'm just going to pour this into my plate, and it's probably going to be good. We'll just prepare it that way. I mean, that's basically done. I've got a plate here. And yeah, there's not much in there to be drained off. That looks good to me. Turn that off for now. Get this in here. I'm gonna make a lot of dirty dishes. Yeah, definitely could have put a little bit of oil in that pan, I think, to start with. But it'll be just fine. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna grab another plate. this lid just to make things easier for us. Got our giant, so we've got our giant tortilla here. We are going to put some meats in there. Might as well make her a meaty one. Probably only have a couple, if that. And then what next? Probably tater chips. I'm a little scared of these things. I have never had these before. Man, they smell spicy. We gotta try one just straight. One little piece. Haunted ghost pepper. Holy crap, that's hot. Whew. That's spicy. It's not super hot, but it's hot. Hot enough that I don't want to touch them too much. But we're gonna layer them in there anyways. Alright. Now what next? I think we'll go with some lettuce next. We'll go with some of these peppers. Open this guy up. Probably should have chopped these up before, but do a couple of each of these. Some green ones in there. You could have put these in them with meat, but I'd prefer to do it this way, I think, and they'll be nice and crisp. All right. Next we'll go with the cheese. Maybe I was supposed to put cheese on first too, I don't know. Get her nice and cheesy. Alright. Try to get all this cheese off before I spill it all over the floor. Spill a bunch up here, and then we'll toss some sour cream on there. All right, and let's turn this back on. Let that warm up a little bit. Try to fold this thing up appropriately. I don't know how to do this. I think there's a fly in here somewhere. Oh, it broke. It broke already. We'll just slap her in there. It only broke slightly. and I only spilled a little bit of cheese. These chips aren't terrible. They are spicy for sure. Man, this is gonna turn out really, it's way thicker than I thought it would be. Well, somehow I've got a fly in here, which that's pretty awesome. But I also really don't know what I'm doing with this. Trying not to get it to stick. And I filled it up incredibly full. I think I'm gonna call that it, because it's just gonna burn from here. So that doesn't exactly look like a Taco Bell Crunchwrap, but I bet it is going to be very tasty and very messy, and I screwed up that pan pretty good again, I think. There's a tater chip. You know, they're really not as bad as I expected. They do have a lot of kick, but it has a good flavor to it. So, grab myself some paper towels here. And let's get into this crunch wrap while my pan just suffers over here. I just cleaned it out from the last time I screwed it up. All right. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I think I need to flip it over or I'm gonna spill everything. It's all gonna spill anyways, but it's good. You can definitely taste the spicy chips. Fresh peppers are really good in there. The recipe that I looked up just called for onions, but I decided to get peppers instead of onions. But I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't want to spill it everywhere, but it's layered in there nicely. That hits the spot. The chips are good, and in this, they're not that spicy. I was also looking at recipes that were like Dorito casseroles, stuff that you make, just different recipes that you use Doritos with. But that was all very complicated. And couldn't easily be cooked in the back of a truck or over a campfire. Well, I'm breaking a sweat. Nice and sloppy. I could have put more chips on there, I think. Spilling veggies on my pantalones. Man, that's actually really good. Those chips get a really good kick to them, really good zing. Well, taste is probably 10 out of 10. My presentation, 2 out of 10 maybe. Dang fly in here. Shoot fly, don't bother me. Stay away from my meats. I'll fight you for that. That's that. I've got enough for another one, but I think I'm good with one. I'm gonna throw that meat into the cooler and I'm gonna use it tomorrow night because I will be camping another night, although that'll be a different video because I'm gonna head somewhere else. But I have got to get this mess cleaned up and get everything put away. And these are good. I don't know if I could sit there and just eat them straight out of the bag for very long. Maybe with some good dip, something that would cool it off, some sour cream. But in the Crunchwrap, amazing flavor. Cooked in something, I bet really anything, it's gonna be a great flavor. And I gotta remember not to wipe my face off with this one. Oh, spicy. All right, I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up and then probably get to watching a movie. So, all right. Oh, it's time to kick back and put something on the old tablito here. I downloaded something on Netflix with Elon Musk. It's about him and SpaceX. And I feel like that looks pretty interesting. I forget what it's called here, but... And Netflix won't give me any info, and I don't have much for signal, but it's called Return to Space. So I think it's about SpaceX from like start to where they're at now and everything they've done. So yeah, I'm gonna kick back and watch this.
Corn compound 1 at 2 hours 57 minutes. The crew has arrived at the pad on schedule.
Dragon has transitioned to terminal count and is on internal power. Stage 1, live load goes out.
Oh, y'all. Oh boy. It's still windy. Still very windy out there. Oh. But it's a new day. Oh. Oh man. Well, yeah, it's really cold. It's 37 degrees now. Yeah, it's supposed to be like 40-degree difference from where we were yesterday. You know, we hit like 80-something degrees yesterday. It's a little chilly. Man, I could have sit. I could have used my my other sleeping bag, probably. That might have been too warm. I do have another blanket with me, but oh man. I need to get some coffee going, y'all. Something to drink, figure out where I'm going today. Well, I got those traction boards out and the camera died at some point in that process because it was probably a cold battery, but there's ice that was inside the traction boards. But I think I'm ready to go. I'm gonna get out of here. right, y'all, on the road. So I am going to stay another night somewhere else tonight, but I'm going to close this video out here. I really don't know where I'm going. As far as camping goes, I know there's like some cool back road stuff in this area of the, you know, we're kind of in the Los Hills of Iowa. So, or Lus Hills. I think I've been saying that wrong my whole life. It's Los Hills to me. But I had a good time last night. The food was good. The storm was great. The chips were spicy. And I really don't know what happened to those kids in the boat or where the boat is. So I really don't know where that boat ended up. I could not see it from anywhere. I kind of walked down a little ways and couldn't see it. I wouldn't have think it sank, but who knows? So anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoy the video. That was a cool spot, even if I couldn't get anything level. But it's just kind of, I feel like it's not a very used lake, especially considering, I don't want to show you that sign. I'm going this way, I guess. Especially considering what those buildings, what that building looks like. But there's like, this is the off the spillway here, but that's private property. So, all right, y'all. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep on traveling down the road, so make sure to stay tuned for the next one. I know some of the spots that I'm gonna be driving through are pretty cool, but anyways, guys, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.